All right. Good morning and happy Monday, everybody. I hope everyone is coming back from a nice, relaxing weekend, ready to tackle the work week. Thank you, everyone, for joining me this morning. Today, I'm going to go over creating with Canva Take 2. So this is in follow-up to my May 4th presentation on creating with Canva. That was more just an overview of getting to know Canva. Today, we're going to focus on a couple of items here. All right, so today we're going to focus on a personal Zoom toolkit. So this toolkit is going to contain two items, a virtual background like I'm using today if you look up at the little screen with the flowers, and then also a display photo. So this display photo can be used when your video is turned off, just kind of that little icon that others will see when you're signed in with that video off. All right, so I'm going to hop on over to Canva. So to get there, you'll just go to canva.com. If you don't have an account, you'll want to sign up for one. You can sign up just using your email address. There's also integrations if you have a Facebook account to log in that way, and you'll click sign in. You'll notice that you are in, oops, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Okay, perfect. You'll notice that you're in your account when you see your profile picture up here in the corner. And this is really what it looks like once you're in. You have create a design, and then you can just scroll down and see right here I have recent designs, things that I've made for our office. Then it goes into different types of media that you can use. You can do Instagram, Facebook, different logos, and it really goes on and on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you kind of a good reason to use a virtual background. So let me see. Okay, so I am going to show you. Okay, let's just say hypothetically, you share your office with your fiance who has a lot of computer repair stuff behind you, and you don't want your coworkers to see all of the messy computer parts behind you. That's a good option where you might want to use a virtual background. So in Zoom, you'll click the little up caret next to your camera. From there, you can select the virtual background. They have some preloaded ones, but today I'm going to show you how to use or how to make your own that you can upload as well. What's really nice is Zoom had an update recently where if you don't have a green screen, which I'm assuming most of us at our WSU locations and working remotely, we don't just have a green screen available behind us. They updated the software so that if you move, you can see it gets a little weird. But before, it was hard to even make out individuals when they tried to use a virtual background and didn't have a green screen. So now with this new software, it makes it a lot easier to be able to use those virtual backgrounds. All right, so I am going to go back over. So we can go to Canva and type Zoom virtual background. And there's a lot of preloaded options that they already have available. If you're really missing the conference room, maybe you haven't been able to go into a conference room lately, they have one available that you can utilize. The beach, who doesn't want to go to the beach? That would be real nice. They also have animated Zoom backgrounds. So I'm not going to use this one, but I just want to show you how it works. If it's an animated option in Canva, it'll say animate up here. And if we click this little play button, so this is a 45-second reel of an aquarium. So if we use this one, it's just going to be, our face would show up somewhere about here, and then this fish would just be swimming behind us. This one does take a little bit more for your computer to be able to run this while you're running Zoom, so that there might be issues with it crashing. So I would just recommend, if you're going to use an animated one, to test that before your live meeting. All right. So we're just going to go back and we're going to take a look at the other ones. So you can type up here in the search bar and find the item, or you can scroll down on that page. So let's just take a look and see what Canva has in the library. If it's someone's birthday, they can do a special one. And here's the one that I'm using today. I think let's do this one right here. It looks kind of techy, but we can modify this. And so what we'll do, we're going to create a virtual background for Butch T. Cougar. So we can go in here, we can click, we can change the font type, size, color. So I am just going to change it from this Adam guy over to Butch Cougar. Does anyone know what the T stands for in Butch T. Cougar? Bonus points if you do and you send it through the chat. Kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway, where everything's made up and the points don't matter, but let's see what we got here. Good job, everybody. All right, so we have Butch T. Cougar, and then his title, so we can type in mascot, if I can spell correctly. All right, and then another thing that I like to do is, if you're designing for WSU, it's important to go out to brand.wsu.edu and take a look at, under visual elements, we have the colors. So you can see here, if we click specs, we can see all of the different codes that we need, like the hex code. And what we can do, let's say that we want to use this crimson, we can copy, just do control copy. We can pop back over, click whatever color or whatever object that we want to change, and we can paste that in there. And what's nice, it'll match it exactly. So then we can go through and we can just change all of this to be the crimson color that we want. And so that's really nice if you're designing something and you want to make sure you have the official colors in there. I picked one that has a lot of details, so we might not get all of those. Another thing that I could do is I can just delete. So if you click the object right now, it's highlighting everything like that. So if I click delete, it'll take that background layer away, which is nice. Ooh, that's a good question, Dawn. Let me see if I can. So if I click an object and then do shift, and oh, unfortunately not. So it takes away my option to change, but that's a great question. And this one you can animate as well. You can make it, there's a change. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Change all checkbox that pops up. Okay. All right. And so then let's pop over here to elements. If we want, let's say we want to add popcorn, just something random. So you can just click, and anything that says free like this, if you have a regular Canva account, not the pro account, you can use all of those. If you don't have that, it'll say pro and you'd have to pay to use these, which the cost is fairly inexpensive if it is something you decide to do to upgrade to that pro account. So then you can just resize it and move it all about how you want. Also, you can go to uploads. And here's a picture of the cardboard cutout Butch. Trying to see if I had another one. Here's one of him. So we could upload it and paste it in there however we want. And in this case, I won't, because once Butch is using this background, he would just appear here. So I'll delete that off. But then you can go and look, and there's kind of preloaded text, some different designs that you can use if you wanted to put more text on there. And then the background. So earlier how I showed the whole background, we could just change this and we can make it sparkly like that. If you don't like it, you can just click, again, the whole button, the whole thing to make sure you selected it all, and then delete, and it would move it away. And let's say that we want to make this background crimson. We can pop up here again. Let's go over to get that hex code. And then we can paste it in there. And it comes back in. Let's say I'm going to delete that. All right, let's pretend that we have the background, the virtual background, the way we want it. What we would do next is we would come up here and click download. And if we're downloading it as an item that we're going to upload into Zoom later, PNG works just great. So we can click download. One other item that I didn't mention is if you want to use it for something else, it's very nice if you change the name of the file. So this one kept the original since I didn't go in there and edit it, but I'll show you how to do that on our next project. So if you click then this is how it would look. You could click Save As. Oops. Do File, Save As. And then I could save it into my desktop. And then when I go into Zoom, I can click the little up caret and add it into my backgrounds, which I can do that real quick. Oops. Oh, I didn't actually save it there. So let's do. Okay, so that should be saving now. And then when I'm in Zoom, I hit choose virtual background, add an image, open. All right, so now you should be able to see it. One thing, and if it's wrong on your side too, you can flip it so that your text is the right way. So that would be how you add that virtual background. Now we're going to switch over to designing a logo, a personal logo that you can use as your display photo for when your video is turned off. And if you wanted to share this image, you could just copy it and then send it to someone else if they wanted to use it for their background as well. Some units might have a common one that they all use, or you might be open to using whatever ones you want. So I'm going to go back to home. And for this one, for this display picture that we're going to do, I'm going to go to logos and I'm going to click see all. And as you can see, they already have some nice ones loaded in there. If you wanted to start from scratch, you could just click blank and design it however you'd like. I think what I'll do today, I'll scroll down through. I'm a sucker for yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and click that one. And let's make this a display picture for Butch. So we can say Butch. All right, and if we want to change that color, again, we can go to a new color. Pasting in the gray, the gray from earlier. If you want to change the font color, you can just click here. We can make it white. The other thing we want to be mindful of is accessibility, to make sure that the color displays nicely on the logo that you're working on. Let's see, so we change that to white. Okay, and let's say we want to add a WSU logo. We can go into uploads, and I have one in there, so I'm going to just add this one over, and then you can resize it, and then there you go. So then we have it and it looks pretty official. So what we would do now, we would want to export it, so we'd click download. Again, PNG works great. You can also do JPEG, you can do a PDF, and then click download, and then it would be there. And I forgot to show you guys, I was going to change the name. So right here, it just does the default name of what the file is named in Canva. So we can change this to Butch display pic. And then when we go to download it next time, it'll say that. All right, and let's see how it turned out. So that's how it looks. And then when we're in Zoom, we can just upload that as our display pic. So let's say when I stop my video, I'll just show you right now. It will show my WSU cougar head, since that's what I have uploaded right now. And then if you turn your video back on, it goes back to normal. All right. So that is what I have today for our Daily Kook Connect. I do want to show you what we have coming up tomorrow, same place, same time. If you go on out to the HRS website, scroll down to Daily Kook Connect and click Learn More. You will see coming up this week. Tomorrow we have Plastic Free July, Reducing Our Plastic Waste, presented by Alice from Dining Services. And then let's say that we wanted to go back to look at the May 4th presentation, kind of the overview, creating with Canva. You can do that by clicking View Past Recorded Daily Kook Connect Sessions. click there and it'll take you out to our YouTube channel where you can see all of the previous Daily Coup Connects presented. Thanks again, everybody, for joining today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Go Cougs!